please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody, so today we are continuing along with my favorite series as I look at my favorite players by position on each NHL team. And today is a big one as we get to one of my favorite teams in the NHL, my favorite team out west, my second favorite team overall, the Colorado Avalanche. Now before we begin, I just ask that you please hit that subscribe button if you're new and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, as that greatly helps out the channel, is much appreciated. But let's get into it here, talking about my favorite players on Colorado. And I certainly like a lot more players than just these guys that I'm going to name, but again, I'm keeping it to one line by position. So let's start here at left wing, where my favorite, this might catch some people by surprise, is Matt Calvert. I love Matt Calvert. Everything that he brings to the table, his energy, his style of play, his willingness to do whatever it takes for the team to win. He's a smaller guy who plays with a huge heart. He plays a lot bigger than he actually is. I think he's a great bottom six energy player to have in the NHL. He can chip in offensively. It's not like he can't play. He's good going to the net. He's good in board battles. He can score. And obviously he's willing to fight. He's willing to drop the gloves. He's willing to hit and go to the tough areas on the ice as well. Matt Calvert is just exactly the kind of player that I love to watch, and exactly the kind of player that I would want to be if I was playing in the NHL. So I'm a huge fan of Matt Calvert. He is my favorite left wing. At center, we have Nathan MacKinnon, one of my favorite players in the entire league. There's not even much to say. I mean, just look at the career that Nathan MacKinnon has had to this point and how great he has gotten and what a superstar he has turned into. Just an absolutely incredible electric player. He can score, he can play make, he's lightning fast. Just an elite player in the NHL. So massive fan of Nathan MacKinnon. At right wing, we have Mikko Rantanen, who, along with MacKinnon, have formed a fantastic top line, along with Gabe Landeskog on the left side. But Rantanen and MacKinnon have both put up massive points when they're healthy. Rantanen had some injury issues this year. He missed a lot of time. But when he's 100%, he is a better than point per game player as well. Somebody who can score, somebody who can also rack up assists. Big body, not afraid to use it. And just a really talented, fun player to watch. Now moving on to defense. You guys already know who my favorite defenseman is. It is Cale Makar by a million. He's one of my favorite players in the league. I have his jersey. I probably should have put his jersey on for this video, but it's in my closet back here. Makar, just coming out from playing college hockey at UMass Amherst, where I saw him play quite a bit, and what an absolute superstar he was there. Now he's turning into a superstar at the NHL level. Just incredible to see. Electric player, great two-way defenseman, great skating ability, can rack up points, plays better than people realize in his own end as well. Not enough great things to say about Cale Makar. Other defenseman, second favorite D-man, is Nikita Zadorov. I'm a huge fan of Nikita Zadorov, mostly for the physicality and the shutdown defense that he brings. He's not a big point producer. He's not a guy that's going to rack up a lot of, points on the season, but he's one of the biggest hitters left in the NHL. Absolutely can crush guys. He's a massive body, obviously. And just overall isn't afraid to get involved in the physical defensive side of the game. And I really like that. So Nikita Zadorov is one of my favorites as well. And then finally in goal, obviously it comes down to Grubauer or Francouz, and I'm going with Pavel Francouz. I've never been a huge Grubauer guy. Even when he was a good backup in Washington, but I didn't look at him and think he's going to be an elite starting goaltender. And I think what we've seen over the past couple years is that even in Colorado, Grubauer is not really... He's a good goaltender, don't get me wrong. He's a good goalie, but he certainly is not one of those elite starting goaltenders that's going to, carry a team through the playoffs. And Pavel Francouz, I don't think is that either, but he older guy coming over from Europe. Actually played really, really well this season with Colorado. And Grubauer missed a lot of time with injury. Francouz actually ended up kind of being the guy there who had to play some of the biggest games in the most games. And, he played very, very well this season. So I was definitely a big fan of what I saw from him this year. So those are my favorites for Colorado, a team that I really, really like a lot. Matt Calvert at left wing, Nathan McKinnon at center, Mikko Rantanen at right wing, Cale Makar and Nikita Zadorov on D, and Pavel Francouz in goal. Those are my favorites on the team. So with that, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.